Hello and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for May 17th to the 24th, 2024. I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me. And with that third exhale, just imagining a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, down deep into Mother Earth, grounding you here and now in this present moment, allowing you to be very, very present within your body. And also knowing that this conduit is serving as a channel through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter, Titania, and once again we are gathered to do a reading of the week, this time for the week of May 17th to the 24th, 2024. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all of those listening now and in the future, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of upliftment and peace. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. We set the tone for ease, for clarity, for upliftment, for peace, for joy, for serenity, for radiant well-being. Whatever it is that is uppermost, may we pull it into this circle here today for our highest and greatest good. And anything that doesn't match the frequencies and intentions of love and life that we are holding is welcome to go now. And so we begin once again. Okay, Creator, what is it that would be most useful for us to know this week, most helpful, so that we can be in service in a good way, bringing forth our gifts in the best way possible, staying grounded and centered and happy and productive as we navigate this world and the changes that it is going through for our good and the good of all those around us, helping to hold space for this wonderful new world that we know is possible. So what is the information we need to know for this week, May 17th to the 24th, 2024, for our personal and collective highest and greatest good? Okay, so we're starting off with the card of oppression, the 10 of Wands. Well, that's not entirely surprising, I suppose, considering all the energy that we've been going through lately. With all the solar flares, I know some people have been finding it kind of challenging. And hopefully you're staying hydrated, you're getting outside enough, grounding, putting your feet in water, or bare feet on the grass if you can, to just help navigate these energies and ground them. So oppression, the card of oppression, Wands, is about creativity, inspiration, passion, and often this card represents things that we're carrying around that are not ours. It's energy that doesn't belong to us, but that somehow we've taken on. And this can be ancestral or family memory that we're carrying, belief systems, things that really don't serve us anymore, but we do it anyway. So this is holding us back from everything that we can be. And it's important to be aware of this in our present and in our future because, well, here it is sitting in this recent past position. So we're living in a time when we're needing to shed these things that aren't ours. We're not here to live our parents' life or our grandparents' life or that of our ancestors. We're here to live ours. We're here to be the unique expression of life force that we each came to express and be in this lifetime, in this unique body. It's a rare and precious opportunity. It will never come again, and we need to do it for us and for the energies that we're holding, the intention that we're holding, not to please somebody else or to make somebody else happy or to live out somebody else's unrealized dreams. Those dreams have to be released now. it's not ours to carry. It's not ours to bring forward into the future. Those dreams didn't have manifestation in the person that they came in with, and therefore they are done. They don't have an opportunity to manifest in the span of that life. But it's not up to us to fulfill those dreams or to make them real. It's up to us to live our own experience and to do it to the best of our ability. So this card is all about that energy. It's becoming aware of it, because when we carry energy that isn't ours, it gets in the way of our expression. It gets in the way of our creativity, of our ability to show up, of our ability to be the fully generative human being that we're here to be. It's like it's got clogged. Our energy gets clogged. Our connection to source is clogged. It's not as clear and as flowing and as light and as dynamic as it ought to be. It's like a pipe that's getting clogged, and it reduces the flow of that beautiful, clean and clear water that's trying to get through it. So this is an image, a consciousness, an idea, a concept that is uppermost here right now. It's like becoming aware of these things that we carry that aren't ours, that might be impeding us from showing up fully in our now. This card now, of course, is the present card. It's the card of the nowness, where we are in this moment. Prince of Wands. Princes are about movement. They're knights in other decks, and knights are about things, charging in and charging out. There's a lot of momentum, a lot of movement, a lot of energy with the knight cards. So Wands, once again, creativity, inspiration, and passion, the generative potential that we have within us that is here to be expressed uniquely through us in our own unique voice and to make our unique contribution to the collective evolution of humanity. So this is in our present card. It's changes, rapid changes. This is why we've got to ditch the burdens, get rid of the weight, because there's going to be a lot of change coming down the pipes, and we need to be nimble and adaptable and able to change direction quickly. We can't do that if we're carrying around a lot of story and a lot of stuff. So coming back to this idea of cleaning it up, and I think this is why so many people are maybe feeling such heavy resistance at this time, is because they're bogged down with stuff that is no longer relevant, and yet there hasn't been the distinction that it's okay to let it go, that it's time to let it go. It's time to move it out into life. And whether that's stuff, take it down to the thrift stores, the Sally Ann's, the charity shops. Just move it out if it isn't relevant to your life right now. You'll know energetically if there's still a tie there. If there is, put it away for a little bit longer. But if you're done with something, let it go physically out of your space. Let it go psychically out of your space. Just let yourself go. Let it go. And if you're stuck, well, I recommend EFT. I've talked about Brad Yates before. He has an amazing, he's an EFT master, emotional freedom technique, tapping. Most people know it as that. He has a brilliant YouTube channel where there are hundreds of tapping rounds on all different kinds of subjects. And so if you have emotional baggage or baggage that is slowing you down, I highly recommend visiting his channel, finding a video that resonates with where you find yourself. Follow along, just tap with Brad. Do the tapping and repeat it, or see what the algorithm brings up, because sometimes another good one will come up that's relevant, and do 2 or 3. It's just an easy and powerful and simple way to release things from our field that no longer serve us. So present card is telling us that this energy of change and momentum is going to continue, because it's here to clean out our ability to be, to clear out our ability to be expressed. We didn't come here to be wallflowers. We didn't come here not to express who we are. We didn't come here to be the same as everybody else. And if we're living under those kinds of limitations and beliefs, that's part of this picture. They have to go. We have to learn how to remove those pieces. And as I said, EFT is one of the most powerful tools that I've discovered, and this channel by Brad Yates is brilliant because you can be self-directed in it. It's a tool that's there at your disposal whenever you have the time or you have the need. It's there. So I encourage you to use it, and I'll put it in the description notes of the video below. 10 of Hearts, tens. Tens become 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, so that's the indicative of a new cycle. Card of Success in the near future here. So we're going towards this energy of community, of gathering, of celebrating, of being happy together, of finding ways to celebrate life together, transcending the difficulty. The name of the card is Success. This is the energy of rising up and overcoming and celebrating that ability to do that opening that happens as a result. You know, we have the butterfly at the top here, which is symbolic of metamorphosis, and of course the rose, which is symbol of love. We have all these people who are gathered and celebrating. It's a lovely, lovely card. That is the energy of what we're moving towards. So yes, things are challenging, and yes, we have our work to do. Yes, we've got to clean it up, but the reward is worth it because we're moving towards more of what we want, connecting with the people that we have resonance with, letting go of the stuff that gets in the way of us being able to be authentically ourselves and show up and find our place and our people. And, you know, we don't resonate necessarily with everybody, but when we all live into who we really are, it's a different energy than when we're not being expressed and when we aren't living who we are and we're, you know, holding on to resentment and negativity. When we look around and we feel jealous because somebody else is living a life that we would like to have, there can be those heavier, denser emotions that all come from, you know, the resentment and the jealousness of us not living into our own truth and our own abilities. So it really, really is worth the work. It's worth doing this to clean things up so we can move into celebration with others, so we can have community, so we can create the world that we want to have. We all need to be expressed, and the more of us get on with cleaning it up, nobody else can do it for us. We have to do it. And ultimately, I think that's the big thing that we all have to realize is this journey is ours. No one can create in it but us. It's our thought forms, our words, our actions, our choices that make our life what it is. Nobody else's. We can't blame anybody else. It's time to drop that story. We have to do it for us. Now, foundation card for this week, reward. So once again, this very positive, affirming, and yes card. So why we're having the reading this week is this energy of reward. Pentacles is the earth element. It's all the things that make life so good to be in a body. Food, community, nature, home, all of those pieces, family, all of that comes under the gathering of pentacles with the earth element. This is our foundation this week. It's why we're having the reading. And aces are acorns. They hold the kernel of potential that can become an oak tree. And yes, it takes time for an oak to be full-fledged and producing millions of acorns, but it's still, the possibility space is there. We have the opportunity to create this great reward, this great, beautiful future, this great opportunity, not just for ourselves, but for others as well. Because as we live into ourselves, as we live into our possibility space, and we live our truth, we free others to do the same. And collectively, it feeds our human family, the field of humanity, so that we are coming from a broader, wiser, more generous and abundant and joyful and satisfied expression and experience. And those of us who are in places where life is good have an extra responsibility to celebrate and enjoy it. No amount of suffering on our part is going to change anything in the field of humanity for those who are suffering. We need to add joy to the collective field of humanity. Add gratitude, add appreciation, add love, add beauty. All of those things, we need to send that nourishing energy out into the human family, into the earth field, as a way to offset any misery and upset that's happening out there. It's our way of being able to comfort others, of being able to provide them with something to keep them going in the midst of their heaviness and their darkness and what it is that they're going through. So it is a different way perhaps of looking at things than we've been conditioned to do, but truly we can't suffer enough, we can't be miserable enough, we can't be sick enough to change anything, or poor enough to change anything in anybody else's experience. It's only through our rising that we have what we need to make a difference in the collective field and in the field of those around us. Because we all know when we're around somebody who's miserable, it's miserable. When we're around somebody who's positive, despite the circumstances, what a blessing and a joy to be with that person. So just remember this as we work through this week, as we continue to move outward and express ourselves in the world and discover who we are. It's time to let go of what no longer serves us. That will free us to have nimbleness and the ability to adjust and adapt and express ourselves in the way that we need to express, to create and generate energy in ways that we're being called to. And then coming together with others and celebrating. It's like this energy, it's like it gets uncorked and the energy can go the way it needs to go. But this does need to happen first. It's like part of what we're in the process of, and that's why things are hard so hard right now, because we're not doing the work. It's just getting more and more difficult. It's getting like broad in our face more and more. It's like the cosmic 2x4 is coming around a little bit more often, a little bit faster, and things are difficult. And it's not that I'm not sympathetic, but it's a call. You're being called to pay attention. What is it that needs your attention? What is it that needs your care? What needs to be released so that you can be nimble and free, and adjust and adapt and move in the direction of the joy and the celebration and the creativity and the expression. And of course, coming together with others and celebrating with others, and the success. We are building a successful future for humanity if we allow ourselves to. We each need to be that amazing, unique expression that we came to be, and to share ourselves in good ways and our abilities in good ways. And it will be what will manifest. And this idea of reward, why are we having the reading this week? Well, we want to create that oak tree. We want to build that amazing world. We want to build that possibility space where we can gather and have this amazingly rich earthly experience, embodied experience, because it's earth element. And so to me, these energies of these two cards are very strong, and it's where we're moving to. But of course, we have some work to do in the meantime. I think that's pretty straightforward. Interesting, the tens, new beginnings. So, we're in a cycle of newness. We don't necessarily know where we're going. We don't know where humanity's going. This is new. We've never done this before. But we have an opportunity to add our individual peace and resilience and well-being to the collective human field, so that we can help steer the boat in right directions. And the more of us that add our good energy, the faster and more likely, I don't know if that's the word, but by being intentional about where we're putting our attention, our energy, and our focus, we are building the beautiful new world our hearts know is possible. So stick with what you know and love, and it will serve you and me and all of us really well. So Creator, our card to grow on this week, please. What is it that we need to know for ourselves, for others, so that we can do our best this week and bring the good energy that we have to bring, and easily and effortlessly release that which no longer serves us, so we can be at our best and bring that to the world in good ways. For everyone's highest and greatest good, please. Hierophant, the Pope in other decks. So this is the inner teacher. This is this reminder that everything that we need is within us. Our connection to Source is within us. Our connection to that wisdom, the broader, wiser part of us, is within us. And we all have access to it. And it's up to us to cultivate that relationship so that it permeates us and permeates our life and our inspiration and our actions. By taking opportunities to ground and center and be at peace and connected to that energy within ourselves, it becomes easier to hold it every day, all the time, to be more in that frequency than not. And as a result of that, we move through life in a different way. And it's remarkable what we can achieve when we exist in that space. So our card to grow on this week is just reminding us to go into the inner teacher, to go inward, to connect to that broader, wiser part of us and operate from there. Not just from our minds, but to operate from that deeper embodied spirit state, and have that energy and that wisdom guide us in all our words, all our actions, all that we undertake, so that we can be at our best and bring our best to the world. That's our card to grow on this week, the Hierophant. So going within, connecting to the teacher, cultivating that relationship. If you have a practice, doing your practice so that we are all as present and grounded and embodied as we can be, from a place of love and light and well-being. Okay, so that's the reading this week. I hope that it's helpful. My intention always is to support us in being our best, and to know where we need to be, and to have a compass point and an access to our own wisdom, so that we can always show up in our best way possible as we navigate the strange times on this planet. I hope it's helpful to you, and if you find it helpful to you, and perhaps someone you know needs this, so please feel free to pass it along. And with that, let's close the reading with a nice deep breath and close your eyes. Feeling that energy coming in and letting it go. And the power of that is that we have access to that breath, that liberating breath in every moment. The inspiration, bringing life into us, and exhaling what no longer serves. Gratitude and appreciation for this amazing cycle of life that we are able to be embodied and part of at this time. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future, and thank you for this opportunity to do another weekly reading. I ask that you be with all of us as we continue to navigate the release of what is no longer ours, as we become aware and seek to put down the burdens of previous generations, of healing whatever wounds are there. I ask that you send us the resources and the opportunities to do this clearing work, so that we can be free to really show up in this moment, to really be clear channels for the generative life force potential that we each are, and express that in magnificent ways, and celebrating the world that is to come, living into it through our celebration, through our joy, through being together, through sharing beautiful vision, all founded on this beautiful energy of the Ace of Pentacles. Help us to know what is best for us, and to open to feeding that possibility space of a healthy, happy future for ourselves, for those we love, for this beautiful planet and all life on her, in harmony and well-being and balance. I want to thank all those, Creator, who are holding space with us, who are helping us to walk this journey and navigate these interesting times, helping us to integrate the energies of the sun and this information we're receiving in the form of solar flares. Help us to take care of ourselves physically, to get enough rest, to get enough water, to get enough sleep, to get outside enough, to ground enough. Just remind us of all the good things that we know we can do for ourselves, and help us to connect to the broader, wiser part of us, our inner teacher, so we can be as connected as possible to that beautiful, clean, clear, bright energy, and have it flowing in our field as much as possible as we live into every day. Thank you, Creator. Thank you to all those who are here holding space with us, and thank you to you once again for being here and for doing your good work, for being willing to take the journey, for being willing to clean up the ancestral stories and be here now, a human being on the planet, creating your own radiant, beautiful music. I am grateful for you. Thank you for being here once again this week. I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday, and in the meantime, much love and light and happy releasing. I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.